Hi, and welcome to CTALK. Really excited to be talking today to Kishor Patel. If you don't know about CTALK already, you can log on to our website. It's www.c-talk.co.uk, and you can set up a profile and you can connect with retailers across the country and also with brands that are looking to connect with you. So Kishor, really excited for you to be joining us today. How are you?
Thank you very much. Great. I love Christmas time, as you can see. It's from 1st of December to New Year's Eve, which is my birthday. Yeah, I'm just in a great spirit. That's what it is. So you have to be. Again, I think it motivates the team, the customers. It's great feeling. Yeah, and we're not getting sort of put down by the current COVID or anything like that. We're still upbeat about everything. So yeah, that's why you need to enjoy it.
Okay, well then maybe that's a good place to start. So have you got any highlights that you can share with us from this year?
Highlights. There's plenty of highlights happened this year. Right from January, as I personally, we did a cruise. Obviously, then we had went to India, came back, and then COVID hit us. And then obviously we have a retail business and the restaurant as well. So the restaurant was a bit of tricky. What happened? What we were going to do with it. So we came up with a plan. Either we streamline it. In the meantime, somebody came along and offered to buy us out. So again, we went back to the family discussion table, and offer was right, timing was right, and we had to basically sell the restaurant. That was really, really hard for us. We're still feeling it, and especially for our customers, for our team. Fantastic 25 people team we built up. The business was amazing. We just won the Restaurant of the Year for National, where Paul Chima was present at the table at Wembley Stadium. Again, yeah, that's been amazing. So yes, that was one of the highlights, I would say, or a downlight, whatever we call it. But yeah, COVID has hit us. I'm back in retail full time, really. And my brother's taken a little back step now. He's sort of in a progress for retirement. So I'm leading the shops now, and hopefully we may have some good news on the horizon. We don't know, but let's see what happens. But yeah, enjoying retail, fantastic.
Great. So what have you guys been up to at the moment? So some of the pictures that you've sent me, it looks like I don't know, I'm guessing you're definitely on the nice list this year, but
I think it's
been a little bit
absolutely super team at Hemel shop. They come up with all these creative ideas every day with this nobody else. And kids, when they're going to school, when they're coming back from school, they're all searching for the elves in the shop. It's great. It's just, again, I think it just brings the footfall. Mum, let's go and search for the elf at the Nisa shop, Nisa store. So yeah, it's been awesome. It's really good. We don't have to do it. It's just the team. They do come up with all the ideas and execute all that.
Yeah. And could you tell me a little bit more about this enormous Toblerone?
Yeah, we've got a couple of 4.5 kilo Toblerones at the store. So one of our team members, basically, she was doing the haircut there, and she's raising money for cancer charity. So we literally put that on the raffle yesterday, and since last night 5 o'clock, sold 180 raffle tickets in less than 24 hours. So and all the money will go to the nominated charity. So we're expecting to sell approximately about £500-600 by next week. So yeah, it's just, again, it's a great community thing. Again, it's what our team does for the store as well. And it's a 4.5 kilo Toblerone. I thought there were little pieces in there, but it's not. It's actually a one solid piece of chocolate in there.
Well, a piece of chocolate like the size of your head.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's huge.
Cool. So can you tell us a little bit about your store? If there's been any tips that you can share, any challenges that you've overcome recently, and any tips that you'd like to share with other retailers watching this video?
I think this year has been loads and loads of challenges, but I think it's just sometimes you see what happens is when you inside the business, you cannot think sometimes. You can't see differently. And it's given me time to think when I was away from the retail store again after we sold the restaurant. So it's given me a bit of free time to think about the shop, about the strategy for the business going forward. What else can we do differently? And so yeah, we basically had a fresh look at the store. We implemented a new CCTV in there, new ecosystem, loyalty, smart tills literally go in a couple of weeks' time. The smart dispenser for the cigarette gantry, which is the Navara system, is fantastic, absolutely super system. So it's all these things that we wouldn't have done, if I was just basically operating a store all the time, just like everybody else does. And something I've been talking to one of my friends, Barry, and again, we were saying the same thing. Once we were so busy in the store, we can't we think about it, but we find it challenging to implement new ideas. So the tip is basically just take 1 or 2 weeks away from your business. Just step back, let it run. Then you can see what parts of the business basically cannot run without yourself. Sometimes we end up doing everything, you see, and cutting down in little pieces, and really engage the team in every task you're doing, whether it's ordering or whether it's deliveries, merchandising. So that's one of the things we've done at the store basically over the last 4 or 5 months. Re-merchandise the store one section by section. Sorry?
Yeah, so I mean, look, this is one of the things that Kishor has been, really well known for over the years, is how Kishor engages with his team, and it's almost like if you look at it from outside in, it's almost like Kishor wants to hit. His team is him, and there's a lot of retailers that we've all looked on. For one, I've learned a lot of Kishor from his procedures, what he does in his store. Even from his store he's got at the train station, of what he managed to do with the store with such a small space and what he delivered there. And especially you touched on the CCTV, and he put these 360 cameras in, and they were just amazing. So I think there's a lot that we're all learning from each other. But he is right. The team is at the forefront of your business, and they're the ones that do all the engagement. They're the ones that give us feedback, and we drive behind them. So it's very important, that we have that great connection.
Great.
Yeah. It's a shame that we can't take our team out this year for Christmas party. Otherwise, with the restaurant, we used to take down out to Paris, Dublin, and this year it was going to be Milan. But it's just it's a shame it didn't happen. We promised our team at Hemel, as soon as we allowed, we're going to have a big bash on that for reflect the year.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. So, so you say your staff have been really, really supportive. Are there any suppliers that have been particularly helpful for your business this year, or anyone you want to shout out or say thank you to?
No, I think NISA is obviously our main supplier for, I would say, 90-95% of the goods. But they have had challenges. But like everyone, I think sometimes retailers tend to start shouting off the rooftop. If the supplier fails to deliver a number of goods, but sometimes we have to see it from the point of view hang on a minute, they've actually delivered 90% of the goods, maybe 10%. But yeah, nights has been absolutely fantastic. But I think one we used to use is breaks in our restaurant. But they really, obviously, we knew they could deliver all the shortages we were getting from elsewhere, which was the bread, the milk, flour, pasta, tomatoes, and they've been absolutely super. We were getting full pallet loads of stock from them. So yeah, I said, breaks have been really super. With the availability, prices, again, consistency as well. So yeah, I have to take my hat off for that, because nobody had pasta, but we were selling 5 kilo pasta bags all day long.
Yeah.
So that's just one of the things. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, all suppliers. Again, we use Booker as well. I couldn't fault them either. So yeah, everyone's been basically been brilliant.
And what about brands? So which brands have performed particularly well, or which brands have been in touch or helped you out in the store this year?
I think generally all the brands are performing, and we are quite a lot of branded store. Although a lot of co-op products are still coming in, but I would say probably Red Bull has been really good. They come in, they're regularly on the dock. The sales come along, they give us advice, tips. After that is Walkers, PepsiCo. So they help us quite, again with the hints and tips, and really, but generally, yeah, we don't have that many suppliers coming in the store. I would say probably half a dozen, at the max.
Sorry, I was trying to get an image to work there and it wasn't working. You sent me. It looked like you're stood on a skateboard and you're kind of panning through the store, and I think it's the chilled section. Is that a new section of the store? Have you had any?
No. Yeah, the section was already there, and we just basically re-merchandised it and revamped it. Again, we saw sales increase for almost like 400%, 500%. Right at the start, and really, yeah, that works for us. It's just, again, we adapt it seasonally. Sometimes we use a local wholesaler. You go there, they might have blueberries for 25 pence. You can get, again, just make a decision, but we take 100 punnets of that, and they'll sell it over a couple of days. Strawberries we were selling about maybe 100 a day at some stage.
Wow.
Again, yeah, 4 or 5 cases of bananas, maybe some days as well. So yeah, that's the sort of things that we can make an instant decision. Again, we that you just have to do it on the spot, really, and execute it. I mean, today I just went to, I have to say, Booker basically, and agreed about 40 or 50 turkeys. I'm going to pick them up on Sunday. So they got on Facebook today, and social media marketing. Basically, frozen turkey for £10, fresh one at £10, and a £25 ones. And these are restaurant quality, huge turkeys. And knowing what's happened today with Bedfordshire, Hertfordshire, Buckinghamshire going into lockdown, the butcher at the cash and carry was saying to me, he goes, "Look, Kishor, if this goes, we got really near, a few thousand turkeys here to get rid of, So again, yeah, we just have to, find an opportunity for that one and execute that well over the next 7 days.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's definitely going to be a different Christmas this year, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
And I think you've got a lot of learnings from the on-trade, bringing back into convenience, haven't you?
Yeah, that's one of the learnings is when it comes to customer service, it's a different level from what we basically supply, deliver customer service at the store. The attention to detail is just amazing what you have to do in a restaurant. Every customer is a king. You really listen to them. So that's the sort of things that we kind of gradually implementing at the retail level. Everyone walks in. It's not just about hello, please, thank you, goodbye, and but it's actually the engagement with the customer. So when a customer comes in the restaurant, we ask them, have you been here before? How far do you come from? How did you find us? Things like that. But obviously, we have different conversation in the store. But the key thing in message is same. Engage with your customer a little bit more than just please and thank you. So that again creates that bonding. You give them a confidence to sort of give them honest feedback. They'll give you honest feedback. That whether it's a product we're not stocking, or whether there's issues with service level, or maybe price issues, whatever. Again, bring that back and correct, make the necessary corrections for your business. I think that's the bit. We always have to keep fine tuning the business, and that's what we've been doing for years and years. And again, I say it works. But most of all, you got to enjoy it. Enjoy what you do.
Yeah. And I think we do that, don't we, Kishor? I mean, our biggest trip that we normally go on, we've missed out on this year. So the European study tour, our dear friends at the Association of Convenience Stores put on every year. I mean, this is the first year that we haven't been on that. And, it's the first year we haven't managed to thank that the bus full of suppliers, have we?
No. Again, Christmas time as well. After the Christmas lunch at the ACS, there's the socializing carries on till the late hours. I think it's not it's a socializing. It's actually the networking that goes with it. That is priceless. And that we missed that this year. Quite a lot. But again, as I said, ACS has done a hell of so much this year with online webinars and connections and so on. That's been brilliant, one-to-ones, and
Yeah. And what do you think, Kishor? That I mean, look, everyone knows you and knows where your stores are. But what do you think suppliers are missing out on from our sector, and what can suppliers do better? Now they're seeing the most, the all-important, where convenience is today.
I think suppliers need to understand what it takes to run a convenience store today. What are the costs a bit behind that? I know, and I've been campaigning this for many years. If someone is offering 15% margin on a product, we can't pay bills with that. We can't. We need to be working on right across the board about 25% minimum. In order to not just to basically be sustainable, but it's for the future growth as well. So I think that's the one is important, that give us the product range, but a margin attached, appropriate margin to go with it. I've seen some, to be honest, some new products have been marketed recently, without mentioning names. You're talking about 12%, 14% on pizzas and pastas, and really, I can't survive with that. So I think that's the important bit, right across the range, whether it's a confectionery, whether it's soft drinks, alcohol, wines, tobacco. I think there certainly has to be a margin improvement right across for us to be, survive and sustainable for the future. So that's the big message. Understand what it takes to basically run a convenience store.
Yeah, totally agree with you.
Yeah.
So you were just talking about looking ahead and in the future, and at the moment we're writing this week about health, because January comes around and it seems like everybody's talking about new year, new you, healthier products, dry January. We've also got veganuary this year. So do you think these are kind of bigger trends, or do you actually think that these are things you're going to be seeing happening in your store? Are you going to be stocking anything differently? Are you going to see sales increase or decrease, or is January just another month?
Year in, year out, we've noticed that we'll bring. I'll give you one as an Weight Watcher products, right? Now, if I try and sell them during the year, I'll struggle. Put them on a shelf in January, they'll sell.
Right.
Whether it's cakes or frozen or fresh or whatever, and we do sell it. And so January, yes, customer will see that again. We'll market it with that, and then we'll just say if certain products make it on a longer term, it does. Yeah, you're right. Everybody basically, I'm going to be doing the same, but mine's going to be February because I'm still be celebrating till end of January. But yeah, it does. Yeah, it's something people look for. Yes. Well, I'll start. But I don't think many will be looking at it from that point of view because obviously, we've got to find within our basically households now. So there's a less of the social activity happening this year. So I'm not sure everybody will be putting on the same towns every like what you would do normally.
Yeah. So with people going out less in January, do you think alcohol sales might be a little bit better this year versus last year?
Yeah, I think so because we've seen an uplift recently, obviously over the last few months, especially when they announced the pubs were going to be shut. I mean, we literally had a queue of customers with cases of all the big packs was selling so much. Even the wine sales have gone up so much. Tonic water, we could sell normally say a couple of cases of Slimline tonic water a week. We were going through about 15, 20, so again, that goes with whatever gin, vodka, and the rest. So
yeah, must be very happy.
So yeah, that's taken off quite a lot. Again, yes, alcohol sales will be, say it will still be quite buoyant on the front. What we basically learned from that is actually we streamlined the range as well quite a bit on the alcohol side. Just stick to the best sellers again, multi-face them, and that's worked really well. One advice to the beer suppliers, I would say, just try and standardize some, rationalize some of the product sizes. Rather, we got 440, we got 500, we got a pint. It can come in 6-pack, a 10-pack, 12-pack, 15-pack, 18-pack. There's got to be some consistency there. What do we stock? And just
I think our good friends at InBev are working really hard on that. So team, good work that's happened on Budweiser and Stella Artois, coming in the 440 and just a pint can now. And I think that's to your point. Give us that right range, and let's do what's right with it.
Absolutely, and I think we've seen a little bit of improvement in the margins, I would say, in alcohol. But there's still a bit more work to do on that front. To make sure that overall right across the store we're getting the right appropriate margin to make the right investment in the stores, because the last thing is really want to be cutting back the hours all the time as the living wage keeps going up. That's the last thing we want to try and do. Basically, we want to invest in people, and the service. So, but no, I think it's exciting. Again, the uncertainties are going to be huge. We can't think long term at the moment. Medium term, well, maybe, but I think everything is short term now.
Yes, true.
What I was planning for the weekend, basically that's gone out the window literally a couple of hours or an hour ago. So as I said, it's just it's very uncertain times at the moment. Again, I think January we'll see a a lot more casualties, I would say, on the high street big name retailers, possibly, unfortunately. So we don't know what impact that will have on the C stores.
Correct, yeah. We need every industry to work to make it work for us, don't we?
Yeah.
It can't, all this with uncertainty with jobs now. It's gonna have an effect on everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I think from the employment point of view, we put a job ad about a few months ago. Within 48 hours, I had 250 applications.
Wow.
on online. Again, that just goes to show. I mean, maybe a year ago, I would have struggled to get 20 applications. So yeah, there's there's there are a lot of people basically going to face a bit of hardship and try and look for jobs and things like that.
Wow. So we really appreciate your time today. Thank you so much for joining us on CTALK. It's your first interview, hopefully not your last. And we look forward to speaking to you some more. Enjoy your birthday celebrations.
Thank you. Yeah, they're going to continue tonight. Before the lockdown happens tonight on Saturday.
Well, that's the 2021 one for us is Kishor's big 60th birthday party.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for making a super duper effort today for today's call.
Thank you.
Well, Kishor, thank you very much. Happy Christmas. Stay safe and best regards to all the family.
Okay, thank you. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.